Give us an update, Senator, on where we are with redistricting this week.
Well, we've had a long week with filibusters trying to come up with a compromise on a map. The map that the House sent over to the Senate, House Bill 2117, I cannot personally support. First of all, it does not include Whiteman Air Force Base as well as Fort Leonard Wood in the same congressional district as it currently is now. Not having both bases in the same congressional district means that we will probably not have a seat for whoever represents the new Congressional District 4 on the powerful Armed Services Committee. We want to make sure that we have a presence and we have a seat at the table at the Armed Services Committee in case base realignment and closure comes up again. That's why I've been adamant that I cannot support any map that does not include both military installations within the same congressional district.
And having those has been, I think, at least a protector against either Whiteman or Fort Leonard Wood being closed or drastically downsized in the last, 20 years?
Yes, most certainly. The most recent attempt was in 2015 when there was talks about a reduction in force at Fort Leonard Wood. And we had over 2,000 people that showed up at Fort Leonard Wood for a listening post to show their support for Fort Leonard Wood. There was buses of legislators and staff that traveled from Jeff City down to Fort Leonard Wood to make their voices known and show support from the military. So it is of utmost importance to make sure that we have a congressman or congresswoman, whoever that new person will be, for the 4th Congressional District on that Armed Services Committee. Basically, the only way to guarantee that is to say that that person has both military installations in their district.
As we record this, we're less than 2 weeks now from the at least presumed first day of filing for the elections this year. How important is having a map finished before then? How important is that?
I'm hopeful that we can come to a consensus before the start of filing in February, but if we don't come to a consensus before then, it is definitely not the end of the world. People can still file for what they believe will be the congressional district that they will live in, and we will go forth from there. I want to make sure that we pass the right map, what's best for Missourians, and I want to make sure that that map is the most conservative map that we can get. So I'm hopeful that we can come to a compromise. I've seen maps out there that are 7-1 that include both bases together. I've seen strong 6-2 maps out there that had protected 6 congressional districts and 2 congressional districts that include the bases together. However, none of those options have been presented on the Senate floor. So I'm hopeful that something will be presented that I can support, but as of right now, none of those options have been presented on the Senate floor.